What was it about Bakari that convinced you that he could fit in this culture? Because that's important to you to have somebody that's going to.
Yeah, I think it starts with the very first phone conversations you have with him. You kind of get a feeling like, this young guy, he gets it. He wanted to play in the Big Ten. And then he took his visit, and he fitted immediately. You could see the guys really liked him, he liked them, and you could tell it was going to be a great fit. And even early in the year when we were moving around, it probably wasn't the thing that he was excited about. He just accepted it, did whatever we asked him to do to try to help us win. That's who he is. And little by little, he's had some great games for us. I mean, just tremendous. And in games where he hasn't scored as much, he's been rock solid as a point guard or as a defender. He has the ability to play through a mistake, which veteran guys typically do. But he's been a great fit in that locker room, and that's obviously really critical.
Do you think he's going to go through senior night? He's got another year if he wants it. How did that come about? Is that something he came to you and said he wanted to do, or how did that happen?
I think he's going to graduate, and he's either going to make a decision to play elsewhere, kind of like Darius Stokes did, or pretty well-rounded young guy. I mean, he could go get a job and join the workforce if he wants. Anybody be wise to hire him. Character guy, terrific team player, and utmost respect for him, his commitment to his teammates, to the program. So we'll support him either way. If he wants to play another year, we'll help get him placed. If he doesn't, we'll do whatever we can to help him in whatever area that he wants to go into.
Fran, do you think Luke is the player of the year in college basketball?
I do. I think the thing that separates him, not to disrespect anybody else that's under consideration, because there's some phenomenal players that put up great numbers, the consistency of productivity, considering the quality of teams in our league and the quality of big guy that he's doing it against, I think, is what separates him. When you look down the list, every night, so Toro, it's Caleb Wesson, Jalen Smith, and you look at those numbers, they're pretty impressive.
Do you think the injuries help him too, the fact of what you guys have had to overcome?
It could. I don't know if everybody that is thinking that way is really going to look at it that closely. They're just going to kind of look at him. I think it's probably something that should be considered. You deal with us every day, so you understand that. Not everybody else does, I'm guessing.
How impressive is this streak of his with 20 or more points?
I mean, it's really hard to do in this league. Knowing the quality of coach that we're going up against and the things that they're doing to stop him, it just doesn't seem to affect him in any way. He continues to get better with his ability to play out of a double team in terms of making plays for other people. And if he's having an off day shooting, he's going to be all over the glass. He's just going to keep coming. And it's special character, takes special character to consistently perform the way he does. And an incredible amount of maturity to approach the game every day the way that he does.
After Jordan Bohanna went down, Bakari really seemed to step up and maybe take some pressure off Joe Toussaint. How would you describe him just being a mentor to your younger guards?
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that's, he's been around, and fortunately for Joe, he's got some veteran guards around him, both Bakari and Connor in particular. But Wieskamp's been around, CJ's in year 2, even though he's only a freshman. That's been helpful to him. But I think the key for Bakari is his versatility. He can play both spots, so he can play with Joe Toussaint, or he can play the point and somebody else is at the 2 spot. And those guys, they talk a lot on the bench. They talk a lot in between games. He studied a lot of film. Those guys have really, I think, put their arms around him, knowing that he's a valuable member of our team, but he's only a freshman and he's going to make some mistakes. And I think helping him play through those mistakes is what's critical. And I think Joe's done a terrific job of that, and McCaffery's been a big part of it.
Anything else?
Good, thanks, guys.